The United States launched a trade war against Canada, their closest partner and ally, their closest friend. At the same time, they're talking about working positively with Russia, appeasing Vladimir Putin, a lying, murderous dictator. Make that make sense. Canadians are reasonable, and we are polite, but we will not back down from a fight. Not when our country and the well-being of everyone in it is at stake. I want to speak first directly to the American people. We don't want this. We want to work with you as a friend and ally. And we don't want to see you hurt either. But your government has chosen to do this to you.
Imagine waking up one day to find out your favorite lemonade stand just got hit with a massive tax by the town next door. And now they're refusing to sell you a single drop. That's pretty much what's happening between Tesla, Canada, and the US right now. Tesla's stock just tanked 8.4% in a single day, and it's all because Canada said, no more electronic vehicles for you. Why? Retaliation, tariffs, and a whole lot of economic drama. Buckle up because today we're diving into this wild story, how it's shaking up Tesla. It also isn't just about cars. It's about your wallet, global power, and the future of electric cars. Let's roll. A history of the US-Canada trade. Allies turned rivals?
We've done big things. We signed a historic deal that has created record jobs and growth in both of our countries. We've done big things together on the world stage, as Canada and the US have done together for decades, for generations. And now we should be working together to ensure even greater prosperity for North Americans in a very uncertain and challenging world. Now, it's not in my habit to agree with the Wall Street Journal, but Donald, they point out that even though you're a very smart guy, this is a very dumb thing to do. We two friends fighting is exactly what our opponents around the world want to see.
To get why this Tesla mess is such a big deal, we need to rewind the clock. The United States and Canada are like neighbors who've been swapping tools and borrowing sugar since the 1800s. Back then, it was fur, timber, and fish. Think of it as the original barter system, like trading Pokemon cards at recess. Fast forward to 1988, and they signed the Canada-US Free Trade Agreement, basically saying, let's make this official, no more tolls on our stuff. Then came NAFTA in 1994, turning North America into one giant economic playground. Today, they trade $2.6 billion every single day, everything from oils to cars to bacon. Canada's the US' second biggest trading partner, and the US buys 75% of Canada's exports. It's been smooth sailing for decades, like two buddies running a lemonade stand together. But then, Trump showed up with a sledgehammer, tariffs started flying, and now Canada's saying, no more Tesla EVs for you. How did we get from BFFs to this economic brawl? The US and Canada were trade soulmates, so why are they fighting now? And how's Tesla caught in the mess? Have you ever fallen out with a friend over something small that got way out of hand? What would it take to fix a trade friendship this big? Let's zoom into the tariff trigger next. Trump's tariff playbook, shaking up the game.
I always say tariffs is the most beautiful word to me in the dictionary. Because tariffs are going to make us rich as hell. It's going to bring our country's businesses back that left us.
Enter Donald Trump. Stage right with a trade policy that's less let's share and more America first. Think of him as the guy who decides everyone borrowing his lawnmower now owes him $25 a pop. No exceptions. When he took office in 2017, he ripped up the old trade rulebook. He renegotiated NAFTA into the USMCA in 2020, promising better deals for US workers, but he didn't stop there. Trump's always loved tariffs, taxes on imported goods, like a chef who can't stop adding salt. In his first term, he hit Canada with tariffs of 25% on steel and 10% on aluminum, claiming it was about national security. Canada retaliated with $12 billion in taxes on US stuff like ketchup and whiskey. Fast forward to March 4, 2025, and Trump's at it again. This time with a blanket 25% tariff on all Canadian goods, blaming border issues like drugs and immigration. It's not just a tax, it's a signal. Play by my rules or pay up. Canada's response? A jaw-dropping $107 billion in counter tariffs, including a big middle finger to Tesla. But who's Tesla and why does this thing so bad? Let's meet the man behind the wheel. Trump's tariffs are shaking the board, but how does Tesla, America's electric king, fit into this high-stakes chess match? You'll see. If someone taxed everything you sold, would you negotiate or fight back? What's Trump's really trying to win here? Elon Musk and Tesla, the United States global powerhouse.
Now, Elon Musk's first full month in the White House has been anything but smooth for Tesla. Just a month after Donald Trump's inauguration, and with Musk now at the helm of the Department of Government Efficiency, Tesla's fortunes have reversed. The stock is off to a very rough start in the month of March, extending its losses from February. The shares have plunged by nearly about 28% last month, marking the steepest drop since December 2022. And adding to Tesla's challenges, the new US tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico was over the key Tesla suppliers where they operate could impact cost and production for Tesla. Beyond the financial struggles, Tesla is also facing growing backlash linked to Elon Musk's political ties. As the head of the Department of Government Efficiency, Musk is overseeing the federal workforce cuts and regulatory rollbacks. At the same time, his social media commentary on European politics has drawn a lot of scrutiny, and this has led to anti-Tesla sentiment in Europe and the United States.
Now let's talk about Tesla and its fearless leader, Elon Musk. Imagine Tesla as the coolest kid in school. Everyone wants to be them, and they're setting trends left and right. Founded in 2003, Tesla didn't just make electric cars. It made them sexy, fast, and futuristic. Elon Musk, the billionaire brain behind it, is like Tony Stark, minus the suit, except he's got a real-life empire. Tesla's not just a car company, it's a tech titan, a battery innovator, and a green energy evangelist. By 2025, it's the world's most valuable automaker, with a market cap flirting with $1 trillion. For the US, Tesla's a golden goose in the global race for EV dominance. Think of it as America's ace card against China's BYD or Europe's Volkswagen. It employs tens of thousands, drives tech breakthroughs, and keeps the US on the map as an innovation leader. Canada's a key partner too, supplying lithium and nickel for Tesla's batteries and buying tons of its cars. So when Canada says, no more Tesla imports, it's like cutting off the star quarterback's water supply mid-game. And that's when the stock market started sweating. How bad did it get? Buckle up for the next part. Tesla's America's pride, but can it survive Canada pulling the plug? What makes a company like Tesla so untouchable? Or is it? How much do you think Elon's freaking out right now? Canada's revenge, targeting Tesla and beyond.
Tonight, I am announcing Canada will be responding to the US trade action with 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods. This will include immediate tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods as of Tuesday, followed by further tariffs on $125 billion worth of American products in 21 days' time to to allow Canadian companies and supply chains to seek to find alternatives. Our response will also be far-reaching and include everyday items such as American beer, wine, and bourbon, fruits and fruit juices, including orange juice, along with vegetables, perfume, clothing, and shoes. It'll include major consumer products like household appliances, furniture, and sports equipment, and materials like lumber and plastics, along with much, much more.
Canada didn't just roll over when Trump's tariffs hit, they swung back like a boxer in the ring. Picture this. Your local pizza joint doubles prices because of some new tax, so you say, fine, I'll make my own. Canada's doing that, but bigger. They're slapping $107 billion in tariffs on US goods, energy, food, you name it. And they're zeroing in on Tesla. Toronto's kicking Tesla taxis out of reduced licensing fees, a deliberate jab at Musk and Trump. Why Tesla? It's a symbol of US innovation, and Canada's sending a message. You heard us, we heard your VIPs. Ontario Premier Doug Ford's even threatening to cut off energy exports to the US. Imagine unplugging your neighbor's entire house because they won't share the Wi-Fi. Tesla's losing sales in Canada, a market that bought over 20,000 of its cars in 2024 alone, and access to critical battery materials is at risk. This isn't just petty, it's personal. But how does this all crash into Tesla's stock price? You're about to find out. Canada's hitting Tesla where it hurts. So why did Wall Street freak out with an 8.4% drop? If your favorite brand got banned where you live, would you smuggle it in or switch teams? What's Canada's real endgame here? Let's dive in. The stock market meltdown. Panic sets in.
So yeah, Donald Trump really is going all in on helping Russia, while simultaneously inflicting as much pain as he can on our closest allies. Today, Trump confirmed that 25% tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada will go into effect at midnight tonight, just a couple hours from now. And as you know, that won't just hurt them, it will hurt you, the American consumer. And that fear was reflected in the market today, with the Dow closing down nearly 650 points.
All right, here's where the rubber meets the road, or rather where it skids off. Tesla's stock dropped 8.4% in a day after Canada's Retaliation went public. Let's break it down with an analogy. Imagine you're selling lemonade, but your best supplier of lemons suddenly jacks up prices and half your customers can't buy anymore. Your stand's toast, right? That's Tesla facing Canada's wrath. Investors saw the news. Canada's tariff, Toronto's taxi snub, threats to battery supplies, and hit the panic button. Tesla was already wobbly heading into 2025, sales down 28% in February, competition heating up from cheaper Chinese electronic vehicles. Now with Canada out of the picture, production costs could spike, deliveries could stall, and profits could shrink fast. Wall Street hates uncertainty, and this trade war's a giant question mark. But here's the kicker. This isn't just Tesla's problem, it's bigger than that. What's the ripple effect? Tesla's stock took a beating, but could this trade war sink more than just Elon's dreams? Have you ever watched something you love take a hit out of nowhere? How much trouble do you think Tesla's really in? Let's zoom out. The ripple effect. From Tesla to you.
I want to speak directly to Americans, our closest friends and neighbors. This is a choice that, yes, will harm Canadians, but beyond that, it will have real consequences for you, the American people. As I have consistently said, tariffs against Canada will put your jobs at risk, potentially shutting down American auto assembly plants and other manufacturing facilities. They will raise costs for you, including food at the grocery stores and gas at the pump. They will impede your access to an affordable supply of vital goods crucial for U.S. security, such as nickel, potash, uranium, steel, and aluminum. They will violate the free trade agreement that the President and I, along with our Mexican partner, negotiated and signed a few years ago.
This trade war's not just Elon's headache, it's ours too. Think of tariffs like speed bumps on every road you drive. They slow down trade, jack up prices, and make everything a little harder. Canada's $107 billion in tariffs hit U.S. exports like energy, food, and cars, meaning your electric bill, burger, or next ride could cost more. Opinion is split on how this could affect everyday life, but how far-reaching could the consequences really be?
And if we're
Si
making
ganamos más dinero con los aranceles, entonces los ciudadanos podremos pagar menos impuestos.
¿Afectará tu negocio?
Al contrario, lo ayudará mucho.
¿Cómo?
Creo que el costo de los bienes bajará. Por ejemplo, me parece que los huevos serán más baratos. Son muy caros ahora. Valen millones.
I think a lot of people
Creo que mucha gente todavía sigue sin saber qué significan exactamente los aranceles y qué significarán para el balance final. Ellos asumen que esto va a afectar a los países que nos exportan sus productos y no se dan cuenta de que las empresas inevitablemente tienen que pasar eso al consumidor final. Es la única forma de hacerlo.
yeah, and it's the importing
Así
company
es. Y es la empresa importadora la que tiene que trasladar el costo al producto.
Exacto.
Ontario's energy cutoff threat? That's like flipping the breaker on New York and Michigan, states that rely on Canadian power. The Tax Foundation warns Trump's tariffs could shrink the U.S. economy by 0.2%. Not huge, but enough to sting. And Tesla's not alone. Every EV maker banking on cross-border supply chains is sweating. For the U.S., losing Tesla's edge in the global EV race could mean ceding ground to China or Europe. So where does this leave Tesla and us? The U.S., Canada, and Tesla are at a crossroads. Will they crash or come back stronger? How much extra would you pay before you ditch your favorite stuff? Could this chaos actually make someone else the EV king? I guess we'll have to watch and see. So there you have it. Canada's cutting off Tesla, tariffs are flying, and Tesla's stock just took an 8.4% hit. It's like a high-stakes poker game where everyone's bluffing, but the chips are real money and real jobs. Will Tesla bounce back, or is this the start of a bigger tumble? And what about us? Will we be stuck paying more for everything while the big shots duke it out? This story is far from over, so hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We'll keep you posted as this economic showdown unfolds. Tell us in the comments. Are tariffs a genius move or a total disaster? And who's winning this trade war so far? See you in the next one.